Hey, Jeanette.
Hey, how are you?
You can hear us, Jeanette?
I can hear you.
Good. Thank you guys for your patience.
Skylar, how's it going?
What up, bro?
Dan's iPad, glad to see you. You, Mr. Lavelle is cool.
What's the word?
I see you back
I'm
there.
here. You're welcome.
Dan, you should have hosted this. Your digital presence is exciting. It's very detailed.
Yeah.
We might have to have a co-host. We're not delayed.
All right, we have to admit a few more people, and then we're gonna start this meeting. I do not have access to the cool graphic that Judson would play right now. Rob, can you reenact the graphic for us, Rob?
Hey guys, what do you want me to do?
Can you reenact the graphic where it does all the cool music and stuff?
I don't have that. I don't have access. I can sing it. You want me to sing it?
Yes, that would be beautiful.
Oh, that would be
I knew
awesome.
you'd say that.
Judd would love that on the replay. Yeah.
I know. Sorry, I got a little bit late. I was waiting.
Everybody? Yes. We're glad to get this started. We why doesn't everybody that's on just chime in with a quick how they're doing? Jeanette, would you like to start?
Hey, I'm doing great. I have a really big win this week, so I'll wait and share that at the end, but I'm doing awesome. I've been extremely busy today, so my mind is still going 30 miles an hour and my body is stuck in like 10 miles an hour, so it's like all over the place.
You can share your win. We can do wins before we get started. Yeah, go ahead and share it.
Dump it on us.
I finally got Bosch.
You got muted again. Hold on.
I think I muted it. Okay. I finally got Bosch on the schedule. We're doing Bosch next week. And Chuck is freaking out because we have, in the past 2 days, I got like 6 jobs. And they're just like jobs that I've had on, sent proposals out for months now. And it's just like everyone is like, okay, let's hit Jeanette up. And everyone's hit me up, so we're hiring, and I finally have my calendar. I keep looking at my calendar because it is pretty much full for the first time ever, and my total revenue in the past 30 days is $93,000. And I've done $1 million in bids, so I think I am crushing it finally.
You are crushing it. Remind everybody how big the Bosch contract is for you.
It's like 3 acres. I bid $26,000 on striping. It's a $19,000 profit, and it's only striping. And I didn't think that they were going to do it because of the strike going on. And I prayed about it. All I did was pray, and then like 3 days after I was watching the news and stuff like that and seeing all the strikes and stuff, and then he finally called me and I was like, okay. And he said, well, I got some interesting but good news. And he's like, we're ready to move forward. We got some funds released. And I'm like, awesome. So I just had a meeting in Anderson today with them, and they want us to start Wednesday. I got 2 seal coat jobs to do. I had a seal coat job on the books for 130,000 square foot since June. I've had it not on the books, but I've had a proposal out there, and it's been going back and forth with them. And it's a loyal client of ours, and she said the owner is an out-of-town owner. He finally came in. She asked us to do some concrete work there, so we're doing an ADA handicap ramp install. We're not going to do that until the 16th, and we're going to keep a little bit extra sealer in case something messes up around the 88 ramp. But I'm pretty excited about that. I'm a little bummed out because Sealmaster is going to be closed and we can't get them to come in this weekend, unfortunately. Usually they will come in and fill us up, but she said she's already going to pay our deposit. She said, no worries, we know you'll get it done. So Chuck's just a little hesitant and worried that he's not going to be able to get the job done between Saturday and Monday because we're starting the job Wednesday. And I don't know who all's been following me or not, but that big contracting company, the corporate one that is usually like a net 60, they I finally have been sending them proposals and stuff, and 2 out of the 3 proposals I sent them we won this week. And I actually talked to them and said, one of them we're going to need a deposit for materials. And they said, okay, if we give you the deposit, can you do the job within a week? So Chuck was again a little frustrated with me because, but we're going to do it, and we're going to be able to get this done. He's going to be extremely exhausted, but I'll cook him good food, so we'll be okay.
Amazing.
Thank you for sharing your win, Jeanette. We're always impressed with your success. You continue to be a lighthouse and an inspiration to everybody around you. So but I know one thing, Chuck is very lucky, and so are we. We're really lucky to have you in the roundtable and part of the community. So thank you for being such a big part of the kingdom, Jeanette.
Thanks.
Anyone else have a win for the week?
Who's going next?
T-minus 2 hours till Dallas. Now like 6.
And you're getting
Skylar's having dinner.
Are you excited, Skylar?
Yes. 6 hours we fly out. So yeah, we'll be in Dallas early. We got a lot to do, baby.
Yes.
Who else is going to Dallas? Anybody else
Beaming right
to
now.
Dallas? Dude, it was cool.
Who is attending Dallas?
Going to Dallas for the baseball or asphalt?
Asphalt, baby.
Oh, sorry. I was making sure.
No one else? Just us.
I know Jason Morales is on the call. He's going to be attending. Spencer, we're going to see you there, correct?
Yes, sir.
You got to bring my t-shirt.
What was that?
I said you got to bring my t-shirts. They're being mailed to your house.
On it. I actually did get a couple. I was wondering what that was.
It should have my name on it. That's what I was told. My name, your house.
Awesome. Well, I've got some.
Awesome. Evan, do you have some big wins to share with us this week?
This week, I haven't been doing a whole lot of stuff with my clients and everything. I took this week and I'm basically just going through all of my equipment, making sure everything's safe and sound for the winter, everything that's staying here. And then I'm getting ready to get packed up to go down to Florida and hopefully crush it out there.
That's a win.
That is a win. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just going to say
Definitely. Keeping everything all nice and tidy is definitely a huge part of this game. And if you don't keep up with your equipment, it's just going to tear you down before you even get started.
Nothing is worse than trying to fix something on a job site. I will attest to that.
Oh yeah,
So you
and replace your hoses, people.
Are you setting up shop down in Florida, Evan?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna go out to Daytona Beach area to start with. Just gonna buy a camper and or possibly just get a place rent out, but I'd rather invest into something that I can in turn sell for more money come summertime.
Nice. And so you're just going down cold turkey and you're gonna look and you're shopping jobs.
Yeah, that's the plan as of right now.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yep.
There's another young passionate guy that's going down with him. Nick is on here. Nick, do you want to share anything about your upcoming trip to Florida?
Just excited. I've never really gone out on a limb like this, so it's definitely going to be a learning experience, and I think it'll be good coming into next season to have some money in our pockets and just keep the momentum rolling.
Nick and Evan both attended Gold Standard training down in South Carolina last week, and Nick dove headfirst into top tier Gold Standard installation practices, and he did really, really well. We were all really impressed. Evan was able to broaden his services, his depth of knowledge was increased, and we were down there knocking it out. So we're going through the video content right now. Everything looks really cool. Everything looks really clean. I was really, really proud to have both of you guys along for the ride. And it was impressive to watch you guys go. Skylar as well. Everybody that attended, Jason Morales and Alan Rosario. Not a lot of people see Alan Rosario. He's a hidden figure of the AK community, but he is a beast in his own regard. So, yeah, super excited. Anybody else have another win? Let's take time for one more win since we're just rolling slow through this meeting.
I got one small win. Am I on? Can you guys hear me? Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just got done with a week of interviews for another salesman. So found 2 guys, and looks like one of them I'll end up hiring here either tomorrow or Friday. So so that's exciting. Bring on one more guy and get after more of our corporate accounts and go that direction.
That guy looks a little young, Jason. I'm not gonna lie.
He works hard though.
Young.
I do.
He's got his own gig going on. I'm just dropping.
He's out there cranking out profit. What's this guy doing?
I'm going to football.
Time for football.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. You got to jump.
You have a football win for the week. He's got to go.
Yeah.
I actually did just win one of my football games, and I'm going to my championship. So that's a win-win.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
What a great kid, Jason. You're doing great, man.
Yep. Fun guy. We call him Full Throttle. He's his name's Cruz, and he lives up to it.
I love that. All right. So we're going to do a question and answer setup this week because we are late to the game on signing in. So does anyone have any questions or need advice with anything? Is there a struggle that you're having? Anything where you're looking for either a little bit of motivation, some encouragement, or some to leverage some of the experience that it's in your brotherhood? Let us know what's up. Just unmute and ask away.
Can I speak real quick?
We would love it if you did.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy. So
good morning.
I see. Hey, good morning, man. So good evening. Yeah, man. So we see that you got your vehicles all lettered up, just like black and yellow in Canada. My son's kind of running door to door what he did because he really likes it. I'm coming out here to give advice of what just happened 20 minutes ago. My son was driving down the highway. I don't know if you guys have seen his truck. It is fully branded. So far, so many people have asked him if he is a franchise because that's how branded the vehicle looks. It is fully amazing. The point is this, man. A guy was driving a paving truck side to side him on the highway, no name on the truck. Did everything he could to get my son to roll his window down, and he did. They exchanged phone numbers while driving. He called my son, and he just gave him a line striping job for Sunday that needs to be done right away. The encouragement is this, guys. You got it. When they talk about branding, it's no joke. If you don't brand, you are wasting so much money, and you're letting so much money get away from you. When my son finally branded his truck, like I told him to do for 2 months, because the guy was, I don't know, deadheaded. He finally saw it. We got the hats, we got the shirts, but I'm telling you, you want to look big, you want your customers to think you are big, you believe big, brand yourself big. And I'm telling you what, that alone, he has picked up, I want to say 30% of his business has become from referrals from being in neighborhoods.
That's 100% right. Speaking from experience, the same thing. You know, people will stop you everywhere, whether it be coffee shops, Costco's, Home Depots, everywhere. They want your card, right? You'll have guys you'll have people that'll stop you as you're driving along. You roll down your window, try to get a magnet to throw out at them because they'll want your card. So that's 100%.
You know, and I real quick, an idea I stole from another, believe it or not, from another sealing company around here. Just on a truck, it doesn't matter what they do, but they put the QR code first of all on the side of their bed, but they put the QR code on the back of their bed. I'm telling you, man, when people are driving down the highway, they're at a red light, they hit that QR code with their cell phone, bam, there comes your website, and you look phenomenal. They don't have to type your website, just QR code it, and they're in and they're on, guys. That is the magnet for the back of your truck is a QR code, my opinion.
Yeah, that's where mine is, and it works very well.
Yep, it's like a one-time billboard fee that you get to have for as long as you can keep your vinyl graphics nice. So I think it's a smart move for anyone that's new, anyone that hasn't done it yet. I absolutely encourage you to get a full digital wrap so that you can stand out when you're driving. And the encouragement, I'll take it to level 2. What you want to make sure your design is readable from across a parking lot. You want your brand 6 feet big on the side of it, just like Rob McKenzie's, just really big across the doors, so that when you're walking up to it, you don't have to get close. You can see it from a long ways away. That is the terminology that was given to me by who developed our logo and our placement. And I think that is a really easy standard to achieve. If you can see it from across a parking lot, then it is a good design. If you can clearly read it. So yeah. Big wide font, nothing skinny. You want to be able to have all of that information be very easy from across the parking lot.
You know, just to jump on what
digital wraps.
Just on what you're saying real quick, even for everything you do from your lawn signs to your trucks. Again, I had a digital guy make up I have my own landscaping business. He told me from day one, less is best. Less is best. Get to the point, get your number and your name as big as you can. Don't overfill the area, because then people, you're going to have so much, they're not going to know what you do, and they're going to be their eyes will be overdone with what they're trying to figure out. So Anthony's speaking right on the money. Less is best, big is better.
Yeah, that's a great terminology for it. The digital guy that I use is he likes this. He always, in a very facetious way, says, "Do you want to remind them that you do residential and commercial?" And it's a punchline to him. So some things are implied in your business. You don't always have to spell it out. So, keep that in mind. That follows right with what Mr. Cunningham is saying about less is best. So,
I'll add another thing to that as well. And sometimes we think that our work vehicles are just for work, right? And personally, and I think everyone should be doing it, use it as your personal and your business vehicle. So it's seen everywhere. You think of the places that you go when you're not at work, all right? Whether you're at grocery stores, whether you're at events, sporting events, your own, whether you're, involved in baseball or hockey or at the golf course or anything like that, people see you, right? So use your branded materials anywhere and everywhere that you can, including your trucks. Keep them clean, spotless, outside and inside. Do your tires up, make them look nice and shiny. People love that because it's a reflection of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing you can remember about all of that. It's all a write-off. The gas, everything you do, you're writing off every time you drive it. Just so you know, my son is big into drifting. He loves drift cars. He has 2 drift cars, a G20, whatever it is, and he just bought a Nissan right interior. All these vehicles are going to be lettered to look just like his truck, because in the car community, there's people that got money. But again, it all matches. It's all a write-off, because now we can write those cars off because now he's sponsoring the drift event. You know what I'm saying? So everything you do is a write-off. It can be used. The more you're seeing, man, I'm telling you, the more we bought another truck too that we haven't done for me to drive. The more we're seeing, the more people are going to think we're bigger, and they just go blown away by it. I wish I could show you the truck. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, we've heard that for years. People say, "What?"
Yeah, is it like the full truck wrap, like the full body wrap?
I don't know. I don't know what Anthony did. My son just did. They call it a livery. That's what they call it in the drift community. You could do a full wrap. They can get really expensive. The real good ones will last. So I don't know what Anthony did. You'd have to see what your budget is. Cool. But again, it's an amazing write-off. I was gonna say, Anthony, like you did your car, so you have a truck and a car, so it's rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they stand out so much that when my kids were in public school, we actually got stopped in the parking lot, and they asked us why we kept advertising in the parking lot every day with our vehicle, and we just let them know that we were picking up our children. And we just closed all of the line striping for the entire district. So it's pretty funny. We were annoying them by being so branded on a regular basis. But it led to a good thing. Stephanie just closed the contract for all of the striping for every facility in the district. So she went out and hunted that on her own. She has her own glory stories about it. Who else has something else they want to go over? Is there a struggle? I want to help somebody tonight. Who can I help? Who can we help as a community?
I'm brand new, and I have a cousin who's been doing like property management, and I was messing with him. He's like, I'm always looking for line stripers, and I always have the work and all these things. So I was like, well, I'm going to check into it. So then I started checking into it, and this is kind of like my first step into this world. So with that, what would you recommend as kind of day one preparations as far as machinery would be concerned? Would you get like a really good new machine, find something used, renting? What does that side of it look like?
So I'm going to give my 2 cents first, and then I'm going to open the floor up. I am a fan of new equipment. If I'm going to go into something, I want to kind of know that it's untainted by somebody else's poor maintenance. And line stripers specifically are something that is a precision tool. There's a little bit more precision in a line striper than some of the other pieces of equipment that are especially entry level. So that's my 2 cents. Is a brand new line striper. I believe the Titan 1700S is the first level that I would recommend to you. I always have trouble with the numbers, but it's basically the second tier, lowest cost striper. That's a great entry level striper. It's got a stencil gun, so there's actually there's 2 hoses on the machine, and there's 2 application guns, and there's just a lot of benefits to having that sort of a setup. Okay. And then as soon as possible, you buy a second one so that you don't have to do as many color changes, because every time you do a color change, you waste a little bit of paint. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Buy a new machine. Other people can say other things and they can still be right. But, and then also, as soon as you can, buy a dedicated handicap machine. That way you keep blue in a machine constantly and you flip between white and yellow in your other machine.
Okay.
That's kind of the, that's kind of pro mode for you. Rob, what would you like to say about line striping?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Anthony. I think you're talking the 3500S Titan, I think was the one that you're referring to, right? And I think that's a bang on great one. You can start with something a little bit smaller. I'm not sure what that number is, but I think that 35S is a great way to start. It's going to last you forever, right? They're great machines. They do have that dedicated stencil gun, right? That you can apply. You don't have to use it. The two stripers are a fantastic idea because not only with colors, but for oil-based and water-based, because when you keep mixing those oil-based and water-based together, over time, you're going to have problems. And I've heard a lot of, sort of horror stories of mixing them. They get gummed up and people don't clean them as well as they should be cleaned. And, you're getting a couple of years out of it. And at least if that, you're running into a lot of problems.
What do y'all do as far as storage is concerned? Do y'all do like more of the trailer or the closed bed truck, or how do y'all approach moving the equipment and storing it?
You want
to
enclose
have now, Michael?
Oh, sorry. Like my dad was doing the lawn care and he would always have the trailer, with the lawnmowers on it. And sometimes things might get stolen and such, but then other people may have like the closed bed truck with the swingy door or something. I was just wondering what y'all have been using as far as vehicles.
So I'm gonna jump on what they're saying is real quick. Is I bought a used line strapping Graco, and I almost wish I didn't, but I learned everything about it because everything kept failing on it, so I got to learn a lot. For us being brand new, we have an enclosed trailer. But as of right now, we're not towing with it. We're using it to store everything for line striping because we have the sealing and the landscaping business. But as of right now, because of the size we are, we just put it all in the back of a pickup bed, put a handicap stencil, a roller, whatever paint we need, and we're just banging it out that way. It's actually quicker. But we all know down the road, you definitely want to go with an enclosed trailer. But I know guys on here have a lot more experience than me, but that's my 2 cents.
Nice.
Michael, what do you have now in terms of equipment?
I have a Tacoma pickup. That would be the closest thing I have with equipment.
So you have no equipment except for your truck. So I mean, and we can open this up to everybody else too, in terms of where maybe you think your best area to start is it going to be seal coating? Or are you going to start lines? I'm
starting with the learning experience right now. Like even when I was looking at line striping, I saw they had the seal coating there, and that was even kind of a new term to me. So I was just seeing what that was. I was like, okay. And I was aware of the cleaning aspect, but yes. And so that recommendation would be a good football to throw. Like what do you even say there?
Your sealing and your lines are going to go hand in hand if you're doing commercial lots, right? For sure. The one thing though that you can keep in mind is you don't have to, like, if you can afford it, if your budget allows you to buy seal coating equipment, line striping equipment, infrared equipment, whatever you want, crack filling, do it, right? But if it's a budgetary thing that you're worried about, and this is what I've done, you can contract out to good people. They got to be really good people. You got to really make sure those that you're getting to sub out are good quality people, and you have to run that, right?
Yes.
As a line, if you want to start into sealing, right, sub out your lines. Take your 10, 20, maybe 30% from that. You run that contract. You use the sub as your guy, and you're dealing directly with the customer, right? I do it all the time, and I'll make $400 or $500 a job.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, but you have to be really careful that you're vetting these guys that are doing the jobs, because you want to make sure that they're doing great work because they're a reflection of you, right? So it's a way to ease you into getting started where you don't have to put a massive amount down if you can afford it. If you can afford it, do it. But if it's a concern, then definitely look at subbing some of that work out and building those good partnerships and relationships with other people in your area.
Thank you. I have a question maybe for Evan with going to the Florida experience. With doing that, what are you planning to have as your initial equipment, like when you hit the ground there?
So when I get there, I got a big old F450 dually. So it's got a big utility body on it. So I'll take that. I'm going to stock it with a bunch of tools and everything I might possibly need. And then I got a big old trailer set up. It's an 1,100 gallon. It's a lot bigger than what most people would normally use for like a residential setup. In that case, you're probably going to want something more like a 3 to 500 gallon setup. Mine's completely geared for commercial work. So I'm basically going to take my truck, my trailer, and then my crack machine and my pot setup. So, it'll be fairly bare bones, but enough to get any job done. Nice. And if I need more, I'll end up subbing out. So, obviously I'll have to vet people and make sure that they're quality subs, but everything in this game is just who you know and, building relationships, and, you're not going to be able to do it alone. So it's great that you found this community.
Thank you. And then just one last one. What are you planning on doing kind of like for your day one hustle to start drumming up business when you get out there?
So it's a little funny. I decided to get my bartending license. So it's going to be a pretty touristy area. It's tough for a guy like me who's 20 years old to go out and meet a bunch of, locals and figure my stuff out that way. So I'm taking a little bit of a different approach just on rainy days and stuff like that to go out there and, meet the locals and, kind of get a feel for everything. I'll be able to meet the owners of these places. They're going to know owners of the other places. And, I'm just going to, try to attack it at every angle.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's genius is what it is.
Yeah, Emery has
genius. That young man is enterprising and aggressive and polished, and he is things that many 19-year-olds are not. He's going to go down there, and I have no doubt in my mind he's going to do exceptionally well for himself in many, many facets of his life and his development. Michael, I want to cap off your segment of this by saying, 1, thank you for being here. 2, you're asking great questions. And 3, we have a coaching and mentorship program that may align really well with you right now. Rob McKenzie is available. You can book time directly with him. He'd be able to guide you through all of the infancy and intricacies of this journey that you're on. And I think that from the dialogue exchange that you guys had here, that he would be a great fit for you. So if that's something that you're interested in, Rob, why don't you make sure to shoot Michael Hood your contact information if you haven't already. So Michael, look for that in the chat. Jeanette has had her hand up very patiently. Okay, great. Jeanette has had her hand up very patiently. She's going to come off of mute and she's going to ask or advise us on something amazing, I'm sure.
Well, Chuck wanted me to give Michael some information. Just a little bit about what we did, because we've been open since October 14th of last year. And when we first started, we were in that same boat. Chuck has the experience, but we didn't have the equipment. We still don't have a seal coat rig, and we do sub stuff out, but we don't sub a lot of stuff out. We rent equipment. So Sealmaster will rent equipment to you. You do have to get the credit app and get approved with that, and get an account set up with them. But we also found another business that goes to Sealmaster, and he's very nice, good guy. He rents his seal coat rig to us. So, and he gives us a discount for sealer. Because the Seal Master also has a thing where if you buy, whoever buys the most sealer in the area will get a discount price for the sealer for the next year. And as far as the trailer goes, we put our striper in a trailer and we put a lock on it. One of the ones, the nice big locks from Lowe's that you cannot break into. And we leave it on the truck, hooked to the truck. So if they're going to steal the trailer, they're going to steal the truck too, which we've had no issue so far. Knock on wood. And he also wanted me to let you know, we started, our very first job was like a 5x5 pothole, and we did it with cold patch, which we do not recommend doing, and a $700 gift plate from Harbor Freight had them on sale Black Friday last year.
Oh, Friday, Northern Tool.
Or Northern Tool had them on sale last year for Black Friday. So check out Black Friday sale this year from Harbor Freight.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Black Friday will have some good deals for tools. I found that for like $700, and they're usually anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. That was a cheaper one. We're gonna buy a better one, but that was another good tip, is to find sales, because tools and equipment will get expensive very quick. And I think Rob said it. He's right. If you can afford it and if you can swing it, invest in your company and get all the equipment that you can get, and then go, because jobs will keep coming. Word of mouth is one of the most powerful things in the universe. If you have a good word of mouth with different companies, jobs will come to you. They started trickling to us big time. And branding also, and business cards. We have these business cards, and I took a lot of pride into getting them. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's really thick.
Yeah, I like that. It looks like an E. It sees the striping on it. Yeah, I can see it. Tasteful. Has a design.
Yep. Me and Chuck designed it together, and we decided to get kind of a card that has a little bit of an asphalt texture to it. We tried our best to get the close matching that we could, and we used a local company. Local companies, that's another thing. If you get involved with local businesses will return the favor if they ever need asphalt work. So that's another plus too. That's all.
Thank you so much, Jeanette. We're going to roll over to Evan. He's got his hand up. What would you like to say, Evan?
So I wanted to ask Michael, where are you at in your process of starting up here?
Really, I am at a point where I'm ready to kind of like get that, just as she was describing, start to kind of get that initial like first work and dig into it. Even if it was to be like in a internship, maybe I need to go in like with like one of y'all guys and just start running a few days just to see what's going on. I'm seeing the coaching program. I'm probably going to double up with them. So really, I'm just like, first steps in the water right there. So y'all can kind of imagine.
Definitely. So I have a little bit of an interesting perspective. Obviously, you've kind of gotten the gist of who I am. But basically, I started my company last year totally alone, myself. Didn't have these guys. And I ended up finding them. And seriously, I doubled everything as far as numbers in a very short time. My processes were absolutely garbage before I met these guys. Seriously, to get hands-on and to learn from the best, seriously, the best in the industry.
Yes.
It's unreal how quickly it'll change your whole perspective, and your growth rate is just going to be exponential.
Thank you.
I went into the coaching program, and literally in 1 month, Anthony took me from a bare bones not knowing what I'm doing, just kind of, trying my best alone.
Yes.
And he made me see all of the opportunities and where I was going wrong.
There you go.
I had those questions. You're going to have more questions than you could ever imagine. Seriously. There's so many little details in this business, and having somebody that knows all of the ins and outs and what is going to go wrong, because it will, you can't put a price on it, and you gotta spend the money and invest in yourself.
Yes, thank you, my man. That's great. I love that.
Of course.
Sure.
So real quick,
best advice.
What I like to say
ahead.
about Anthony to Michael is we didn't have the coaching program on here when I bought my line striper like 4 months ago. And nobody around here wanted to really teach me how to use it. There was, because my son does seal coating, but we couldn't find a subcontractor. They're hard to find. They don't want to return calls, and you gotta basically, it came to the point, if we're going to make it happen, we had to make it happen on our time frame to make the customer happy. I own my own landscaping business. I'm going to sell it to do this full time with my son. I bought a line striper. I went on YouTube. I watched this guy, Chris, the line striper, and he taught me everything. But what I'm telling you right now is spend your money with whoever on here. If that's Anthony, he knows how to line stripe. Do not try to figure out on your own.
Okay.
I made so many great mistakes and I learned so much, but I'd rather have known that I could have just learned with someone right away so I could just be great out of the gate.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I made the mistakes I did, but it's not worth making those. Let me tell you what, I did a U-Haul the other day. I was on there from 11 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. I walked away making $3,800 and it cost me $200 in paint. Yeah. Tell me those are not numbers. Those are great. And I use their stencils. That is amazing. That's amazing margins. So spend the money, but Anthony, whoever knows how to line stripe, teach you, because you got to learn how to filter everything, clean everything. For me, I use one gun right now because I changed my white to yellow you can actually do it if you know how to do it right. But you do have to know how to clean your whole system. You have to know how. I've done everything wrong. I promise you.
Okay.
Do the coaching program.
Thank you, Kevin. That's awesome. Yes, sir.
Even in real time, we can even kick it back to Evan. Evan can attest to that. That was just last week, right? Evan, you could go paint a job today, right? If you wanted to.
Oh my God. I wanted to say that a few minutes ago, but I ended up, you heard in the beginning of the video, I was in South Carolina with these guys. First time meeting them in person. They live up to every expectation you'll see on here. It's seriously, they'll take you from, not knowing anything. I always subbed out my lines. That was like the one thing I just didn't make the investment yet. Seriously, I'd never touched a striper, nothing. And Skylar ended up coming in, and before I even knew it, it had to have been 10, 15 minutes. You had me going almost perfect.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, to the point, no layout. No layout too. Well,
yeah.
I mean, so, yeah, he was a little extra natural with it, but yeah. He killed it.
Seriously, they're unreal. The experience that you'll see in this round table is like no other, and you're gonna need a whole lot of that backing you.
Excellent.
And don't think it's just like a one-time thing either, right? So, we can put it in perspective of, everybody on here and Anthony and me and, Rob and all these guys where, we're still asking the questions and getting in the rooms and doing these things at a very, high level. Like, you got people in this room with 7-figure businesses that are still sitting here, learning from one another. So keep that in mind, that it's an ever evolving relationship.
See, I'm coming from the software world. I've been like the past 3 decades doing software development and all these things. And y'all all know about however they said the Great Reset. They weren't joking. And then even like this AI stuff, like whenever I play with it, it's like dealing with myself in so many ways. I'm like, they don't really need me in the room. And so when I was looking around, there's other aspects of computing you can still approach, but but being in that world's kind of hit a dead end in a lot of ways. So whenever I was looking up, being one aspect about striping I really enjoy is the art aspect. When you finish, it actually looks nice. When it's done properly, it should look like art. And to me, that's really cool. And I can dig that aspect.
Yeah, blue collar is cool again.
Yeah. And then even like I saw like the Asphalt Syndicate here and these types of things, you can bring a lot of flavor into the world as well with that type of approach. So
hey,
and
Michael,
one other piece of advice. Go ahead.
I bet sorry guys. I was just gonna say I bet with your background you can make a hell of an impact on social media with your ads and drive a lot of business just that way from what you know.
Thank you. I was thinking that with the SEO when I was doing searches, I was like, I bet I can get a ranking at least on the first page, but we'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if there's one more thing that I can pitch in, I mean, granted, again, the coach will, help walk you through all that. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, and if you said your cousin has a property management company, buy and invest where you're going to make money tomorrow first. If he says, hey, I'm going to give you 10 line striping jobs tomorrow, it does not make sense for you to say, oh, I'm going to go buy a seal rig. Go buy a paint machine and paint it. If he says, I'm going to give you 10 seal coating jobs tomorrow, buy a seal rig and go make the money and then continually invest down that road. And you'll acquire tons and tons and tons of equipment. And next thing you know, you'll have 5 stripers and 5 seal trailers and all types of craziness. But, really, if you got work tomorrow, invest there and just do it. Don't be afraid to pull the trigger. Don't have that lag. The more you lag, it's just more opportunity for someone else to make money. Okay. Like just jump in.
And remember that you want to stay in your lane until you can hit those verticals, and you can really start to increase your revenue at scale. So bouncing back and forth between things doesn't often make sense. It's something I like to refer to as shiny objects syndrome, where you want something new, you get something new, you hardly use it. And if you repeat that process, you're going to find yourself with a lot of nice equipment that you're utilizing poorly. So
you're not getting your return on
something
that, right?
Yeah, there's a balance to that. And speaking of Asphalt Syndicate, Bryant is a beast. He's a silent assassin sitting in this room right now. He's writing down every gold nugget that he hears, and he will absolutely murder you in a race.
Yeah.
He will. Never run against that guy.
I got a Tacoma. They're a little peppy, but they don't go above 90, so I'm sure he'll fly past me.
He'll do it on foot, and he'll outrun your gas tank. That's the problem. The guy, I think he's a cyborg. You were talking about AI. I'm pretty sure that's what's powering Asphalt Syndicate.
There you go.
The dude is no joke. If we always do physical things when we gather as a group, and we'll break off and we'll do some sort of physical training often very early in the morning. And Bryant is very, very impressive in those atmospheres. So if you are lucky enough to be there early morning when that guy takes off, just eat lunch and then he'll be done running sometime when you're done finishing your lunch.
Okay. Dig it.
Bryant, do you have anything you want to add to this round table? We're lucky to have you here, brother.
No. I mean, just to Michael, like I'm just starting too, and I just pulled the trigger and bought all my equipment, bought everything new, and I'm about to get started on this journey too. So, I mean, people from all levels here. So
awesome. Where are you located at?
I'm out of Southern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dig it, man. All right.
And Bryant took advantage of the coaching program. So is there anything you'd like to say about leveraging that experience in the coaching program, Bryant?
Oh yeah, man, it's invaluable. Like I was on the fence. I decided to do the coaching program just to see if it was a good fit for me. I went up north and met with Alex coring, and he kind of broke it down just piece by piece, from starting a company to incorporating to how you get started with equipment, sales, the whole deal, man. It's like if you have any questions, man, that's the way to go. Like that's what made me pull the trigger and actually jump in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Brian.
Where are you located?
Does anybody
Michael?
else have a question? And I'm going to ask.
Oh, I'm here in the Dallas area, Saxe.
I'm going to ask if everybody has a problem going over a little bit. I know that we started late, so let's say we've probably got about 10 more minutes left in this hour. Is everybody good with that?
Yep. Michael, you should definitely go in the chat to the roundup link if you're in Dallas, because we're going to be in Dallas this Sunday, and you could learn a ton. There's tons of value there at those roundups.
If there's a seat available,
yeah.
this is our last free event. Yep, you'll be able to get in. We'll make sure that Spencer, we make sure to send him one.
Spencer's gone. Spencer had to sign off, but Spencer put it in the chat for everybody. There's an Eventbrite link.
You see that in there,
Michael? I see where it says Asphalt Coaching. Yeah, I'll dig it up. I see a few links in here. I'll dig
right above that. Right, the link right above that. Mm-hmm.
I think I have it. Oh, there it is. Yep. Eventbrite. Booyah.
Yeah, ton of value for sure.
Reserve a spot.
Make sure to sign on to that. We're gonna be there this Sunday. This Sunday is the event.
Okay, I'm gonna be amazing. There. I'm gonna be there for sure. I'm gonna find y'all.
You're gonna know a lot of people from this call will be there.
Cool. Well, thank you for letting me come.
Jason, are you trying to say something?
No.
All right. Looked like you were reaching for your mute button. Michael, you have taken center stage on this, and I think that
awesome.
this recap video for everybody that's watching this is exactly what the Asphalt Kingdom does. We nurture each other, and we find somebody that's trying to find their path into this industry. We rally around them and we lift them up. We are truly a community that is here for the enrichment and the betterment of all the members. So this is a community of like-minded individuals who gather every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we are here for networking, working together, and making sure that everyone has the resources available to them. Rob McKenzie, what would you like to add to this beautiful meeting that we're having right now?
Wow, that's pretty hard to top, Anthony. You are the man in terms of explaining the community. You got that down pat. I can't reiterate it enough though, guys. Like, you know, we started, Anthony, I've been in this for a while, and we kind of started this roundtable right back with about 8 people, and it just took off. And I don't know, there's about 300-400 people at least that come on at any given time. And people see the value in it, right? They see the positivity, which I think is the number 1 aspect of the entire AK community, is how positive everybody is. You notice when you come on week after week, there or any kind of texting that's going back and forth, like there's no bashing, there's no smart remarks, right? And it just helps everyone who is feeling a little bit maybe inadequate in terms of getting started, right? Helps them with their confidence and grows them along, and we just pull everybody along. And there's no other industry like this in asphalt, or no other community in the asphalt industry like this. It's very unique, and that's why you see more and more people, you know, jumping in on our coaching program, coming in on the round table. It's unique. It's unique for any industry, not just asphalt, but it's especially unique in ours because it's asphalt, and it has had such a, you know, sort of a dirty name in the past. And it's not like that anymore. This is, you know, it's a blue collar, white collar kind of industry in a way. It's turning into that real, I don't know what you call it, sort of a different echelon of industry, right? So and it's Judd that's led this, the king of the Asphalt Kingdom. He's his spark, his energy, everything that he brings to the table, it just rubs off on everybody else. So that's my 2 cents. I hope I wasn't muted.
Thank you for sharing that. No. Oh, you did fantastic. We're lucky to have you as one of the core members of the coaching program and of the community itself. So, is there anybody else that has a struggle out there tonight? Is there anybody that is new that has encountered something that they haven't figured out how to progress through it? We'd love to help you. The floor is yours.
So I just want to jump in real quick on what Robert was talking about. We actually had some people around here do a sealing job on Sunday. And I apologize. You can hear me?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Yes.
Cool. These are the fly-by-nighters that show up to a package store and they give the guy an offer of $2,000 to seal a driveway, crack fill, line stripes. Here's what I'm coming to. I saw it was done Saturday morning. The guy called my son Saturday morning and said, "Hey, can you come line stripe my driveway?" Come to find out, it was supposed to be $2,000 to seal it, line stripe it, crack fill it. All they did was seal it, but they sprayed sealer on the building, the sidewalk, the curbs, onto the rocks. My son now just picked up like a $500 power washing job just to get the sealer off the building and the sidewalk. And then he has to go back, clean out all the cracks of the sealer to now seal the cracks, and we're going to line stripe it. But the guy only gave them $1,000 out of the $2,000 because they were Jewing him out of the job. These are the people that are making this industry look bad. And this is why we have to be at such a high standard so that doesn't keep happening to people.
Yes. Those unfortunately, those incidences take place.
But we're the ones that can go in there and try to rescue the job and give people a better name, to let them know that we do care, that there are people that actually care about what we do.
Oh yeah,
and
so it's like that in every business.
Say that again, Michael.
Oh, I say, excuse me. I say it's like that in every business, every industry. You have somebody.
This one in particular, though, the asphalt maintenance as a whole has had a terrible name for years, and this community it's a real check and balance for everybody on here. So being connected to this, you post this on your business pages, you're connected with us. It really sets you apart from everybody else.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because there's a gold standard to being with us. There's a lot of knowledge and power in this roundtable that, once people figure out that, hey, we're actually trying to, improve the lifespan of your asphalt, trying to make your life easier as a business owner or, just a residential driveway owner. This roundtable is definitely a great check and balance to take your business to the next level.
It brings a lot of reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I dig it.
Judd,
makes a really good point, because even growing up like in the Garland, Dallas area, I remember all the people that do striping were like, like it seemed like a bunch of crackheads really. I'd see them like in high school, like my friends, like they would go work with them, like day labor jobs and stuff. So I know exactly what you mean with, they definitely had a bad reputation, and they can get that. But as you're saying, you come out with your truck, it's all set up, you have the know-how, and you have the community. Yeah. And you definitely supersede that.
So Michael, here's where you have something really going for you, and you haven't even started yet. Is that so? Judd put out a great little YouTube video today. He's in Dallas, and they contacted at some point in time between when they got there and this afternoon 100 calls to various asphalt, seal coating, and line striping industries. 100 calls. And do you know how many answered the phone?
0.
Yeah, almost 20%, right? And that's the number one rule. When someone calls you, you answer right away.
Thank
And
you.
if you can't do it, get someone that can do it for you, because you're losing a ton of business and you're losing a lot of respect, right? And so that's in your area. That's in your Dallas area, and people aren't answering the phone. So, you start your business, you're answering the phone, you're already ahead of 80% of the people.
Okay, great tip. That's exactly what my cousin is saying, that no matter how much he tries to reach out, it's impossible to get the people to come out to stripe. And that's what he's hoping I can do to help. So they can, like the other guy was saying, to meet the contract times. So they're struggling with these delays, and it hurts. So that completely makes sense.
Yeah.
That has
Absolutely.
definitely been our experience here.
Yeah, I hear that almost daily on the phone during the season, is that they can't get anybody to pick up the phone. They can't get a return call. Sometimes we're the only one in the game as far as a proposal goes, because they can't get anybody to call them back. So it's very, very common.
Cool.
So we've hit 8:15, and I'm gonna leave you before we do one word close, and I'll go through what that is for anybody that's unaware. But the thing that I will leave you with is that you will make a name for yourself and build a reputation if you, one, answer the phone. Hello, this is Anthony. How can I help you? That's my go-to, right? On my personal cell phone, business cell phone, I'm always answering. Number 2, if you have a complaint or a concern from a client that is in process, run towards it, not away from it. I return phone calls very quickly. I answer the phone. But if you explain or you deliver that you have a question, a concern, or an issue with the project that we've unfolded for you, I will be on location faster than people expect many times. And if you show them that you're, one, not scared to admit that you made a mistake and somebody needs to fix it, or explain why their concern isn't an issue, because that happens sometimes. People have a misunderstanding. You will make a reputation for yourself, and you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you did everything possible for every dollar that you earned, and you'll continue to have those dollars come in, because even the people that have concerns, issues, or problems on their job, if you handle them in an expedited fashion, they will continue to be a mouthpiece for you in the community. They will continue to brag about you, your work ethic, the fact that you stood behind the quality of your job, and you retain them as a paid salesperson. But the odd thing is that you didn't pay them, they actually paid you. So you have the opportunity in a service-based business to turn every one of your clients into a salesperson that has actually given you funds to become your salesperson. Jason is trying to find that person right now. He's trying to find someone to pay him money to become a salesperson. So those are the 2 things that I'll leave you with, guys. The one word close segment of our discussion tonight is one word to sum up how you're feeling right now in this moment, just to capture that digitally, so that we can share that with the universe, and we can continue to put that energy forward for the people that are coming into these meetings in the future. So we're going to go in no particular order. I'm going to call you out by name. You will unmute, you will say your word, and we will go to the next person. Bryant, you are up.
I would say discipline.
Amazing, brother. Rob McKenzie.
So I've always been a better teacher than student, so I break the rules a little bit. So my words are 4, and it's right behind Stephanie's head. If you can read. Be nice to people.
That's more than 4.
Oh, work hard and be nice. I didn't see the work. It was cut off.
I was like, you're a teacher. Can you count?
It was cut. Couldn't see the work.
Thank you, Rob.
Work hard and be nice to people.
As long as your clients aren't saying you didn't see the work, then you might have a heat up.
Lavelle, you are up. What is your one word you would like to use to sum up your experience tonight on the round table?
Excited, as always. Very excited. Love to hear it. Love to hear all of this communication and all this great community. Love it.
Lavelle, can you give us one of those hand gestures?
That's only in person, so we make sure we get a photo. You guys are doing it wrong. Doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
That was a good one, though, Rod. That was a good one.
Check on the camera.
It's funny. I
My
at my
kids are
most
over here
recent
trying.
thing, I did that for someone who wasn't ready for it, and they were like, "Oh," they holding the phone, like, "Oh," you know. Okay, I'm out. One word.
Thank you, Skylar. You are up.
Evolution.
Michael, the guest of honor.
Man, now you made me have to change my word. But clarity, I think is the right word there. Clarity, because I was very foggy when I came in, so now I feel a lot more clear. So that helps.
Amazing. That is the fuel we need in order to continue this mission. So thank you for that, Michael. Mustafa, my brother, lay it on me. What is your word to sum up tonight's meeting? We're
You're
gonna roll
muted.
past Mustafa. Evan, unmute.
Yeah, okay. I said my one word would be impressed.
Impressed. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I'll see you for dinner tomorrow.
All right, sir.
Evan Burke.
Belief.
Nick.
Motivated.
I'm asking Unitan, I believe it's John. Is that what we go by, John? And who's next? I think we're done. Guys, it's been a great meeting. We're lucky to have each of you in the community. And as we continue to scale and grow, learn more about ourselves and the other humans around us, remember, work hard and be nice to people. Until next week, guys.
Agree.
Bring your 5 words next week.
Oh, love you, Rob. We'll see you guys.
See you guys.
See some of you in Dallas.